Good morning, everybody. Good morning, I see you. I can see you guys out there. Good morning. Good morning. Mel, did I just see Mel? G2, good morning. Grand Rising, that's a good one. Good morning, everybody. Take a few minutes to say hello to each other. We're getting our tea together over here. Good morning, Kitty Catzilla. Good morning, Billy D and D.A. Sir D. Good morning. First sip of tea right there. Good morning, Herbie Von Werby Kebab. Mr. 420 to you. To me? Good morning, Mark Z. CJ. CJ Horton. Horton was an elephant. Wasn't Horton an elephant? Huh? He was a who? Horton was a who? Who's the elephant? Hortense?
Horton heard the elephant.
Who? Horton, who? Who's on first? Good morning. I say what I meant, and I meant what I said. No, I said what I meant, and I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. An elephant is faithful 100%. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. An elephant is faithful 100%. Good morning, Exception and Classic. Good morning, everybody. Woo! 40 people, 9 likes. 40 people, 9 likes. What's going on out there, Classic? All you have to do is double tap the screen. Oh, so 13 people ran away when I asked. Now it's down to 27. What's going on with these numbers this morning? Crazy kids. Go ahead, Mr. 420, ask away. What's your question? We have time. What's your question, 420? Good morning, everybody. Sandy, good morning. Donnie Fike. We like Fike. Thank you, JB. What do you think on State's RX kids programs? I'm not familiar. Mr. 420, I'm not familiar. I'm sorry. State RX program for children. I don't know it. Out of the loop on that one. Good morning, everybody. There you go. You come in. Come on, Ro. Oh, there you go. You come in. Oh, thank you, Fishy. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah. We definitely got a roughie. He was trying to get in the back door. Good morning, JC in Australia. I'll have to look up that what we're talking about there, 420. I'm sure I can find something if I Google it. Good morning, everybody. 40 people, 25 likes. There's a couple of you are a little short-fingered this morning. Okay? A couple of you are a little short on the finger action this morning. Hit the like button or double tap your screen. What do you think? We only ask for one reason, and that's so more people can get the stream live. We know you like us, but do you like other people? Don't you want more people to be rippling? Ripple away. You know what, Herbie? It's faster here. I have a better Wi-Fi connection here. It's pretty smart of you to notice. Michigan is giving $7,500 for each person to have a kid. What? What? They give you the check at the hospital, or is it just a tax break? If so, man, I'm going to have about 3 today. I'll go get myself 3 kids right now. Cash. Wow. I'm going to have to look at that one. I know that the world is we definitely are in a reverse population explosion. Reverse population. Herbie, you know what? I just read that recently, and the number I read was like 600,000 per kid. 600,000 per kid. Right? Justin's like, that doesn't even pay for the delivery. The 7,500. It doesn't even pay for the delivery on the Rugrats. Wow. I guess Michigan needs more Rugrats. Well, that's probably true, Herbs. You're living in the bougie area over there. One more minute and we'll turn the camera around and get us started here. Have you guys all said good morning to each other, Joe D's? Have you said good morning to everybody here, or at least some? That's a true 420. If you can't, nobody could afford a kid. So we might as well just stop now. Sandy, but if I gave you $7,500, would you have another kid? $7,500 in incentive. He's thinking about it. Well, let me see. That's 750,000 syringes of LC, basically. That's like equivalent to 750,000 syringes of liquid culture. So which would you rather have, a kid or 75,000 syringes of liquid culture? Herbie's rewriting the tax laws. I get it, Paige. Captain Obvious is going for the LC. How come all the girls are going LC? You can't pay me $7,500 to have another one of my little Rugrats. You couldn't, no way. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. And it is a good morning, because we're here. Remember me complaining yesterday about my cable? Give me 5 people that can recall us talking about cable issues yesterday. Boxes that worked and they didn't work, and wait for the cable man and all of that business. Give me 5 people that can remember Pops complaining out loud. Cable issues. Okay. So, wake up this morning. Go to watch CNN. Cable out. The cable's not working. The cable. What happened? It was working when I went to bed. Cable's out. What the? You guys just give me a break here. Give me a break. We want to just, yes, classic. I'm serious. The Wi-Fi's working, you can see. But, oh, jeez. When are we going to get this business straight? Now the cable won't work. Oh, and you know the one I feel sorry for more than anyone? My favorite strain is Ghost, just in general. PE will get me a little further faster, but Ghost is my thing. Ghost is my, what we like. We're also experts at growing it. I'll give you an example. Hold on 1 second. We've gotten very good at growing pillows. Ghosty McWosty. So yeah, we grow pillows worth at a time now. Oh, holy pillows, CCS. A lot of work. It's a lot of work. Captain Obvious, I'm sending you, it'll go out today. The shroom that came from Brock last couple of days ago, I'll put a few ghosties in there for you to toasty. Okay? I'll drop a couple of ghosty McToasties in there so you can check that out. Okay? Yeah, we'll get that sent out to you. Mailing out today. We're taking our mailing, we're going to start doing Tuesdays and Fridays from here. There's, Harry turns on the TV, or turns it on, and he sees a pillow. So, unless it's like something super important, etc., our mailings are gonna be Tuesdays and Fridays. I'm not very close to a post office here, and I haven't made friends with my post person yet. So, right now, I'm limiting the amount of times I have to drive the felonies over to the post office. Okay. My other place, the mailman was picking them up from the front porch every day, so a daily was easy. So you guys, give me 5 people that understand that. Give me 5 people that understand that. Oh, Laura, I'm sorry about that. Hugs to you. Hugs to you, dear. Yeah, hugs. Hugs to Laura. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be doing two times a week on the mailings. Unless, like, you know, it's a lifetime emergency or something. Good morning, half-work shaman. So, if we cut back the amount of times I have to make felonious deliveries, that'll be a better thing. Thank you, half-work. The mush mule, that's funny, Billy D. Speaking of, let's do a couple of, we didn't do this yesterday. I had a couple loaded for you. Good morning, Jolie. Oops, what is, oh my God. Oops, I went back. Oh no, what? Oops. Okay, we might do that flash once or twice more. It's a minor flex, okay? It's a minor flex. Then why do we do it? To show you you can do it too. We're nothing special. I don't even take myself personally, okay? Can you do that? The answer is yes, Lynette, if you want to, okay? Good morning. I'm reading a couple of really neat books this week. Let me ask you a question. Which have been around longer, mammals or dinosaurs? Thank you, Halfward. Which have been around longer, mammals or dinosaurs? What do you think? Rodman's going straight up mammals. You don't think dinosaurs, Stegosaurus guys, have been around longer? Dinosaurs or mammals? That's funny. Laura got a hug from Jesus without a grope. Yay, congratulations, JC. Way to be decent for once. Okay, that's a good one, JC. All right, good job. One more, you deserve it. He didn't grope her. Nice. If you guys ever met Laura, she's absolutely beautiful and the prettiest eyes you've ever seen. But she won't sleep in your house. No. You'll find out she wants to sleep in the car in the driveway. I've met Laura like 3 times and she won't sleep in the house, no matter what. Okay, so here's the story. Mammals lived before, during, and after dinosaurs went extinct. There are beforers, duringers, and afterers. I didn't know that. I have a lot to learn. Okay? Is this a true statement or a false statement? Tell me if this is true or if this is false. The most common illness doctors deal with in the United States is the common cold. Is that true or is that false? United States, most common illness, common cold. True or false? We got a lot of truesies here. You got quite a few truesies. KA is in there with a different answer. Okay. How about this? Some of you guys know the actual answer. Depression is the most common diagnosis in the United States. Depression is the most common diagnosis in the United States. It's the 4th most common diagnosis in the world. 4th most common diagnosis in the world. What 3 things do you think are in front of it in the world? What 3 things do you think are in front of it? Give me an example. What do you think? No. Pneumonia. Pneumonia, number 1 in the world. Really? Yes, logical. Number 1. Number 2, diarrhea. Diarrhea. Notice I said number 2 and diarrhea. JC gets that one. Number 3, AIDS. AIDS. We think that the AIDS epidemic is over with. We're not living in Africa. So number 1, 2, and 3 are pneumonia, diarrhea, AIDS, and then depression. Well, no wonder I'd be depressed if I had any one of the 3. Okay? I gotta tell you, I'd be depressed if I had any one of them. Okay? It's pretty crazy how much depression there really is, though, right? Okay? Oh yeah. Bill, I had pneumonia. I almost died when I was 4 years old in the hospital. Had to hospitalize me. And I was like a leaky taco lung guy. And I was like this close. Mom was all by my bedside the whole time. One of the things that's like I really wanted, this is a true story, 4-year-old kid. Who was my favorite cartoon character at the time? Think spinach. Think spinach. I was begging my mom, please bring me a can of Popeye spinach. If I can just have some Popeye spinach, I'll get out of here, Mom. They brought me Popeye. They brought me a can of spinach at the hospital. I want to eat what Popeye eats. Popeye saved my life, basically. Popeye saved Pop's life. Now, Popeye, okay? Oh, okay. Can men get breast cancer? Oh, I know, Hepworth. Can men get breast cancer? I would have thought no, but yes, they can. Yes, they can. Both sexes can have breast cancer. That's insane. Nicotine causes cancer. Did you know that? No, it doesn't. Nicotine causes the addiction. It's the tar in the cigarettes that causes the cancer. So let's be specific. Can you get cancer from your cell phone? What a terrible subject. I'm going to change it really soon. Is that an old wives' tale, a new wives' tale? That we can get cancer from our cell phones? And yet here we are, every one of us staring at our cancer creator. Not really. Not really. The radiation that cell phones emit spreads so wide and thin that it's almost harmless to humans. You hear so many times the other side of that story. I don't know which one's true. But according to my calculations as I'm reading my rando factos, the radiation is so thin, it's almost harmless. Notice the word almost? Yeah, JCM saw that. How about this one? Homosexual men are the most likely people to carry the AIDS virus. Well, of course, that's true. I was taught that back in the 90s. Homosexual men are the most likely people to carry the AIDS virus. True or false? Billy doesn't agree with that at all. Okay? The most common carrier of the AIDS virus, wait for it, are heterosexual women between the ages of 18 and 25. 18 and 25. That's crazy. That's crazy. I would never have given I would have never thought that. But that's what my research tells us. How about this one? Are you ready? Where did spaghetti originate? Where did spaghetti originate? Lynette, move to the front of the class. Lynette, you're right. All of you guys, hey, knock it off, you guys. How do you know? It originated in China. Magellan tasted it on his travels in Asia, and he brought it back to Venice, where it became popular. Wow. How about apples? Where did apples originate? Talk to me, Applehead. Johnny Appleseed. Where did you originate? United States? Did United States have the first apple action? Some of us are going all the way to Holland. Some of us are in the deserts of Egypt. Somebody's in the Garden of Eden. That wasn't an apple. That was a tree of knowledge. Fruit of knowledge. Where did apples come from originally? The OG apples. Are you guys ready for this one? Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan. Eastern Bloc. Kazakhstan. Apples are Russian. What do you think about that one? One of the stands. Wow. Wow. How nutty are peanuts? How nutty are peanuts? Are they pretty nutty? Talk to me about peanuts. They're not a nut. Did you know that? Peanuts aren't nuts. They're not. They're legumes, right? Beans, the wonderful fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel. So let's have beans for every meal. Peanuts are beans. Okay? Who used that one when they were kids? Beans. Say it with me. Come on. Say it with me, especially if Ava's in the room. Okay? Thank you for eliminating Big A. Timed you out, Big A. You can't talk mean here. We don't do that. Beans, the wonderful fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel. So let's have beans for every meal. Oh, coffee is made from beans though, right? Okay, coffee is made from beans. Is that true or isn't it? No, fellas and ladies, it's not. Coffee is made from coffee seeds. Coffee seeds. See, we've got this whole nut, seed, bean. We got all of this going on. We just want to call it anything we want. How about this one? Honey. Oh, we did this one before. I'm not going to do it. Where was ketchup originally? Where did ketchup originate? Talk to me, ketchup heads. Anybody that's poured ketchup on themselves and pretend they were bleeding. Who did it first? Who was the first one to do that? You guys are right again. China. It was originally invented in China 500 years ago. It was originally made from anchovies. I don't like anchovies. Just saying. They're too salty and they're too anchovy-ish. Okay? But that was your original. I don't like anchovies. Okay? No. I'm not an anchovy guy. And I'm going to give you one more. What other one? I'm looking for a good one. Jesus Christ knows this one. Jesus Christ knows this one. You guys ready? Have you ever worried about getting an STD from a toilet seat? It's one of the reasons I don't use Jesus Christ in Australia's bathroom, because I've always been a little worried about that. I've always thought to myself, oh no, okay? But any STD that has been exposed to air would die within minutes. Therefore, there's a severely limiting opportunity or chance of a person contracting an STD from a toilet seat. So basically, just wait about 3 minutes. Okay? Once Jesus Christ has finished using the bathroom, wait 3 to 4 minutes. Jesus, you know I'm teasing you, right? I'm just teasing you. I'm just using you to pick on because you're a good picker on or personer. Okay. Jesus Christ in Australia. Okay. Tell me how many, did you guys like your Mythobustos this morning? Anybody who liked Mythobustos this morning? Well, you guys learned a couple of things. Most of you already knew the answers. Half of the answers just say Chinese. Just say China. About half the time you'll be right. Okay? It's a true story. Where is this? There's been a study done by McMaster University. McMaster University. Here's the abstract of the study. While microdosing psilocybin, which is the practice of taking very small, non-hallucinogenic doses, while that practice has become popular, especially for mood enhancement, there is a paucity, a very small amount, a paucity of rigorous clinical research on its effects. This dissertation explores the therapeutic potential of microdosing psilocybin for treating symptoms of depression and anxiety. We just said depression is the largest diagnosed illness in the United States. Wow. And we have answers. We have therapy. But do we? They are studying the effects of microdosing on depression and anxiety. This study also addresses critical gaps in the literature surrounding its efficacy and its mechanization of action. We conducted a phase 2 random controlled level trial involving 20 participants who were diagnosed with mild to moderate MDD, which is major depressive disorder. Participants were assigned to either a psilocybin first microdosing regimen or a placebo first for 4 weeks. Then they were followed by an open label crossover phase with 2 milligrams of psilocybin for an additional 4 weeks. The study assessed changes in multiple cognitive state, and trait measures. Findings revealed that while microdosing regimen assessed here, it did not significantly reduce depressive symptoms. It had a significant positive impact on symptoms of anxiety and quality of life. This study saw no significant impact on MDD, but definitely on anxiety and quality of life. They used a comprehensive battery gold standard, and we found that while participants were significantly better than chance at detecting whether they were in the psilocybin condition, they were still technically and legally unimpaired. So the study is, they definitely were feeling the microdose, but they weren't taking such a large amount that they were anywhere close to legally impaired, such as you get after you drink X amount of alcohol or other things. Taken together, this research suggests that microdosing may be an effective treatment for symptoms of anxiety, and that the most accurate definition of microdosing is not sub-perceptual, below your ability to perceive it, but it's rather an unimpairing dose, where you can still feel it a little, but it's not impairing you in any way. That's how this particular study wants to define microdosing. These promising results are going to be followed up by additional data collection in larger trials to confirm or falsify our findings. There's so much out there. There's so much going on right now. After the Nixon administration, when they just shut everything down, this is your brain on drugs. Remember that whole campaign? There's just been no research until starting around 2006 and going forward. And we're finally starting to come up with some answers. And it's interesting, as I am, from my point of view, I read as much as I can on all the milieu of what's happening with microdosing and psilocybin effects on us. And different studies are giving us different answers right now. There isn't a universal answer. And it kind of makes sense because we don't all have universal experiences. You know what I mean? There's another really neat article in Wednesday's Tricycle Day newsletter. Very neat article. It's much, much too long to read here, but I would absolutely recommend that you read it. I'm going to hit a highlight or two of it. This right here is the article, Sanitizing the Psychedelic Revolution. This is going to be a duh. Big Pharma is rushing to monetize ancient healing practices, but what's left might not be the same medicine. Great article. I'm going to read the first paragraph to you, give you an idea of what this article is about. We already knew Big Pharma was going to have to put its big nose into everything. And that's why one of the things that we teach here is how to do it ourselves. We have a book that'll help you. We discuss it here, and we're probably going to get back to that this summer. Do a whole grow with you right here in front of you. Okay, we'll do a whole setup and walk everybody through. Many of us have already grown tubs of this healing medicine, but then some of us haven't yet. And so it'll kind of be a refresher course. Give me 5 people that think we should do a refresher course. Shouldn't we do a refresher course? And just how to set up your tub, a question and answer time, and then we'll do a tub and we'll track it through the whole process. Okay? It's just going to be a really good reminder. And then, like I said, there's some of us here that'll should spur us to do our first ones. This article starts out saying, psychedelics have been the subject of renewed interest over the past decade, at a level not seen since Richard Nixon's administration, I just mentioned that, declared a war on drugs, making them illegal and abruptly ending all research into their potential benefits for mental health. Since 2020, dozens of U.S. cities, including the nation's capital, have decriminalized the use and possession of psychedelics, including, this is neat, the Republican stronghold state of Missouri, as well as Nevada, which voted for Trump in 2024. They followed Colorado and Oregon, where magic mushrooms and other psychedelics are already on offer at luxury retreats. And at the time of writing, the state Senate in Virginia has advanced a bill that would fund clinical trials focused on breakthrough therapies like psychedelic-assisted therapy, specifically targeting military veterans who suffer from chronic depression or post-traumatic stress disorder, and who have been resistant, these veterans, to conventional treatment in Canada. No, conventional treatment. In Canada, therapists can already prescribe psilocybin and MDMA, which is a synthetic stimulant and a psychedelia-inducing molecule. In Canada, they are allowed to use this for psychedelic-assisted therapy to treat a variety of conditions. I can tell you guys this. Pops, where do things like this from your grow house go? I would say 90% of what we are able to harvest goes north. Actually, it goes across the Ambassador Bridge into Canada. And we have, we're an approved farmer for an organization. I'm not going to name them. But we're an approved supplier farmer for that organization who are involved in this psychedelic therapy. So that makes us work hard and be proud. There's another percentage, a smaller amount that we keep here and that we are able to dispense to our friends and the people that are asking for it online from us. In the European Union, a citizen's petition aims to garner 1 million signatures to bring the issue of legalizing psychedelics before the European Commission. That they're doing that. Among the psychedelics that are part of the international conversation is the Amazonian plant ayahuasca. In Quechua, the indigenous language of the Andes Mountains, ayahuasca means vine of the dead or vine of the soul. When combined with specific plants, ayahuasca makes a powerful psychoactive brew used for centuries in South American spiritual and medicinal practices, usually imbibed in ceremonial settings that include live music, singing, and depending on the tribe's tradition, dancing. We've been looking into that as a group, and we're finding out that the truth is that the usage was very limited, and it was usually used by the shaman of their tribe, and it wasn't always used for healing purposes. Sometimes it was used to ramp up the people for their wars. There's all kinds of misinformation that we romantically bought into in the last 40 to 50 years about the previous uses of psychoactive drugs in more primitive cultures. And we're starting to now find out through better anthropology some of the truths about previous cultures and their uses. Right, Herbie? It makes a great story, but it may not always be true. A lot of our historical stories are not always true. Okay? Big Pharma, now entering the scene, aims to patent and monetize these often wild-growing medicines to tame their unpredictable nature and offer them in a setting that is potentially stripped from the mystical and communal context in which they have evolved. The rush to apply potential breakthrough fixes to mental health is already attracting billions of dollars of investment, as well as the attention of major big pharma brands like Johnson & Johnson, with many other younger pharmaceutical and biotech companies joining the fray. I think I'll continue talking about this next week on next Tuesday, because it's very, very fascinating where Big Pharma's taking it and what they're taking. And I can say, fast forward, it's mostly synthetic. They are taking the natural fruits and the natural grown medicines and synthesizing them. And they're taking out some of the psychedelic properties while leaving in the serotonin and the connection processes and turning it into a clinical delivery. And not so much, as we've mostly experienced, a communal experience. Bothersome, yeah. But for the purposes of clinical usage, it's an inevitability. We're going to look more into that next week. Give me 5 people that have an interest in hearing more about that. Give me 5 people. Well, the Big Pharma may not be our best friend. We certainly want to know what they're up to, right? We certainly want to know what they're up to, and then how is it going to ultimately impact us? Here, it's not going to impact. I'm just going to keep growing naturally and to the best of our abilities. Keep cherry picking genetics and keep, where I have it down to a tub is harvested with the ghosts that we're running right now. From the day I mix the cake, 12 to 14 days. Boom, harvest. That's down from 21 days. My average used to be around 21 days to harvest. You're looking at knocking a third of the time off of that now. And still coming up with some phenomenal stuff. How are you doing it, Pops? Fine-tuning everything that we do. Never sitting back and saying what we have is good enough. We're always wanting to improve. We have about 10 to 15 minutes left for today. Herbie, growing my own medicine changed my whole life. It turned me into a kinder, more compassionate, certainly more patient human being. This week my patience has been tried, and I haven't broken anything. I wasn't a wall punching guy, so I never really did punch a wall kind of a guy, but I would get pretty frustrated. I could raise my voice and cuss with the best of them. This morning, no cable, and I'm just like, call on your resources, Pops. You have 4 agreements that you can call on right now. The cable being out again isn't personal. Even though you might think it is, Pops, it's not. And you have an opportunity right now to handle this impeccably. How much are you going to cuss about a cable box being out? How many negative things are going to come out of your mouth? And if I'd have just raced forward to my 3rd agreement, no expectations, I should have just woke up with no expectations at all. I don't know if it's going to work or not. It's much healthier. Your anxiety levels are way down. You know what I'm saying? And your relationships. You don't stay mad at the other person in the house for very long. It's not their fault either. Do you have the courage? Do you have the courage to share your most authentic self? Or are you still wearing masks? You still worried about what people think about you? That's a normal thing. We've been programmed to worry, but we can move that. We can remove that program. We do try here. I'm going to be honest with you. We do try here to present a very authentic self. You see it with Brock. You see, he is smart, goofy, entertaining. The thing about, I'll tell you about my son, he almost doesn't know how to lie. Like he didn't learn how to lie from me. I was a really good liar. And also Mr. Shave the Edges. I could haunt the gray areas really well. As soon as he senses gray, he starts freaking out. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know if we're supposed to. I was like, bro, come on. We could slip in here. I know there's a no trespassing sign, but we could just pop in and pop out. I don't know, Pops. There's a no trespass. I don't think so. You know what he's done recently? As we were moving, this is a true story. Okay, this is a true story. I wanted to set up a camera in the house so I could watch the people walking through as they looked at the house. See what I'm saying? Spy on them. So I could see like, oh, what do they look like and what are they saying as they do a walkthrough? Because you're not allowed to be there. You have to remove yourself from the premise as they're doing their walkthrough. So I'm like, let's get a camera and hook it up and we'll put it over in the corner and we'll hide the light so you can't really see it. And I'm down with this idea. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with this at all. Until I receive a phone call from Miss Rose, who is my realtor. She calls me and she says, so I hear you're thinking about putting a camera in the house. I'm like, I know there's a rat. I know I got a stool pigeon living with me now. Okay. I know I got ratted. And I'm like, oh, so Brock called you? And she said, yeah. And she goes, and I want you to know that you can't do that. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Yes, I can. It's my house. And I start getting on my high horse. And I look it up online. Yeah, you're allowed to. In Michigan, I can take camera work of people in my house. Yes, I can, Ms. Realtor. Don't you tell me. And she writes back, she goes, I didn't note in the MSL listing when I listed your property that there was going to be a camera on. And in Michigan, if you're going to have a camera on while people are walking through your house, you have to list it. You have to tell them in writing in the listing. I'm going to do it anyways. I'm doing it anyways. No one will ever know. This is me, Mr. Teaching you guys how to be impeccable. I'm in the background going, I know I'm not supposed to, and I'm doing it anyways. So I think I'm going to get a camera feed. I take Brock, we leave the house, and I'm going to go check my camera so I can see who's walking through. There's a dead feed. I have nothing live coming. I go, what the heck happened? Oh, Pops, I unplugged the camera before we left. He wouldn't let me be bad even if I wanted to. He's very authentic. And I'm trying. He disconnected me. Okay? I'm looking out for your best interests. I'm like, you little rugrat. He goes, Pops, what's the first agreement? Excuse me? You should do your best to follow the first agreement. Okay, so he is too good. Like, I can't, if I have to pull some shenanigans, I can't let him know.
Not around me.
Not around him. No shenanos. Okay? And it's awkward because I have shenanigan in me. Okay? I got a little shenanigan still left, a residual shenanigan. I don't know how I raised somebody that has zero in them. It's freaking me out. Okay? Because we can feel belonging only if we have the courage to share ourselves, our authentic selves, with people. Our sense of belonging can never be greater than our level of self-acceptance. That's the math. You have to have a level of self-acceptance, and your level of self-acceptance will be equal to your sense of belonging. If you have a low level of self-acceptance, you don't feel very belonged. And if you've got a really healthy level of self-acceptance, you have a healthy level of feeling belonged and belonging to. We can never truly belong if we're betraying ourselves. Pop camera guy. We can't belong if we're betraying our ideals or our values. That is why it's a mistake to think that belonging is passive and simply about joining or going along with others. That is not what belonging is. Belonging is a practice. We use that word here all the time, don't we? Practice. Me, I got to practice impeccability relative to cameras. I'm pretty doing pretty good in most other, but I wanted to. I wanted to do it. I wanted what I wanted. Belonging is a practice. It requires us to be vulnerable, to get uncomfortable, and learn how to be present without sacrificing who we are. You ever been that guy? You walked in the room, you don't feel like you belong. You're uncomfortable. Check your level of self-acceptance when you're feeling that way. Many years ago, I asked a large group of 8th graders to break into small teams and come up with the differences between fitting in and belonging. I've shared these findings in a couple of my books, and they still take my breath away. For this book, I asked Gavin to draw the kids holding their poster-sized Post-its, the way I remembered it. It's one thing for me to bullet out their responses. It's something entirely different to see them standing there holding their signs on the stage of an empty auditorium. The differences between fitting in and belonging. Not belonging at school is really hard, but it's nothing compared to what it feels like when you don't belong at home. Not living up to your parents' expectations. Oh boy, parents, are you violating agreement number 3 and really hurting your children? Belonging is being somewhere where you want to be, and they want you. Fitting in is being somewhere where you don't want to be, but they don't care one way or another. It's kind of sad. Not being as cool or popular as your parents want you to be. Parents, what are we doing? Belonging is being accepted for you. Fitting in is being accepted for being like everyone else. Ding. Not being good at the same thing your parents were good at. Boy, do we have a lot of influence on these children. Your parents being embarrassed because you don't have enough friends, or you're not an athlete or a cheerleader. Your parents not liking who you are and what you like to do. When your parents don't pay attention to your life. All of these do not make you feel belonging. If I get to be me, I belong. If I have to be like you, I fit in. It's very good. Be here. Be you. Belong. I'm going to post that on my IG today. Be here. Be you. Belong. Next week we're going to be looking at belonging uncertainty. In research, belonging uncertainty is the term sometimes used to describe questioning one's social belongingness. Belonging uncertainty can be high among members of marginalized groups, and this can have real consequences. For example, being underrepresented students at a mainstream academic organization. Belonging uncertainty can have a negative impact on motivation and achievement. As we think about belonging uncertainty, it's important to remember that belonging is not about, let me say that again, it is not about the number of friends one has in a space. According to researchers Gregory Walton and Shannon T. Brady, it is more a general inference drawn from cues, events, experiences, relationships, about the quality of fit or potential fit between oneself and a setting. It is experienced as a feeling of being accepted, including respected. and contributing to a setting, anticipating the likelihood of developing these feelings. I'm going to say this once. I'm not saying this to blow our own horn. I really am not. But it's the sense of belonging that we get when we come here. We've fostered that environment through 3 major steps. One is having moderators like Herbie and Derek Anderson, where nobody here is going to be made fun of. Nobody here is going to have negative things said to them or about them. If we see it even flash across the screen, it gets removed. That's not the experience that you're going to experience here, because that doesn't create belonging. Belonging comes from being accepted. Belonging comes from not being judged. And you know what happens? We all want to comment now. We all have a little something to say. And we know that nobody's going to make fun of us for it or think badly, think, oh, what a dumb sense of humor. Oh, I can't believe he or she said or did that. That does not happen here. And it doesn't happen because we've eliminated 3 things. We do not let you be negative speakers about one another or any other here. And we also don't talk about politics or religion, because both of those, at the end of the day, create a sense of not belonging. You might belong to a part of that group, one of those religious schisms, one of those parties, but you don't belong to all of them. You automatically are drawing boundaries and putting up fences between yourselves and others when that becomes your focus and a part of your communication. So we avoid that. And it's going to keep us together with a sense of belonging. We have a shared mission here. The shared mission is to practice being kinder every day, being better parents. We look at how we parented in the past, and we say we can do better in the future. I'm learning the tools, and I'm going to practice them. And we practice kindness, and we practice rippling it out. And right now before there were up to 67 ripplers here. People that have the opportunity that when they're done here for today, and we turn the phones off, we got to go ripple kindness. Give the people around you a sense of belonging. And that comes from your heart, from your soul, and from how you treat people, most especially the words we use. Now that I've said all of that, give me a number between, I want to give a pack of supplemental supplements to somebody. I'm going to practice giving here. Give me a number between 1 and 50. I have it written down on this card right here. Who's going to get a pack of supplemental supplements? The number's written down right here. Mr. 420, kill the game. Mr. 420 said 42. Kind of makes sense. He wanted to put a 0 on the end of it. Mr. 420, I'm expecting no, I don't want to have an expectation. If you would like me to send you a package, send me your address at the Detroit Mush Lab at gmail.com. And we will get this package sent out to Mr. 420. What a great week. I got to go get the cable taken care of here today somehow, some way. But our move is almost in. Hopefully, we'll get our couch tomorrow. If I actually get a couch tomorrow, I'll send you guys, give me 5 people that want to see the picture of the couch. Not because you want to see the couch, but you want to know we got it, okay? Wallace has been making fun of my orange crates. He's saying you're supposed to use the orange crates to put your albums in alphabetically by genre. You're not supposed to sit on them, Pops. But I think you guys need to see the couch, okay? Bill's taking, Bill's got a book. He's making book on whether or not it comes, okay? So we want a couch tomorrow. We want cable today. And whatever comes our way is going to be what comes our way. I'll tell you what, though, if that couch isn't here tomorrow, I'm already planning my impeccable conversation with Vince, the salesman. Okay? I'm already... See how creepy you can get? I'm already planning. And watch the thing come, and I've made all these plans to holler at Vince for no reason. Anybody do that? Deep breaths. Knock it off, Pops. Yeah, that's what we do. Okay. I'm practicing over here. I'm practicing. Put me down for 20. Sue's never done that before. Sue's never planned a rant. Really? All right then. I'm working on not planning the rant. And we'll just see what happens. All right. You guys go have a wonderful day as I tell you the truth. Pops, peace, love. I'm getting out of here. I'm preaching to myself right now. Be impeccable. Don't take things personal. Have no expectations of Vince. Okay? And do your best today, Pops, to not plan a rage for tomorrow. Okay? Those are my hopes for you guys. Jesus Christ, in Australia, if I'm still on milk crates on Tuesday, I have a feeling I'll have to try a different, I'm going to have to try a different furniture company. Okay? Go have a great day, and thanks for putting up with us over here. We hope we make you laugh a little bit, and we hope we make you think. Okay? Pops out. Let me scroll ya. Trenty and Jesus Christ and Marky Z and Pidgey Page. You have a great weekend. Cat Meowzilla and Harry. Trenty the Trenty Trenterson and Derek Anderson. Nippy and Fourleaf and Sandman. And Sammy P and SSW. And we have somebody from Russia here. Good morning. Laura, have a divine weekend. Calico Meow Kitty, Lynette, and Billy D, Mr. 420, Marky Z, Joey D, HP, Donnie Fike, and Kimberly the Golden Bolden. Jesus Christ in Australia. Captain Obvious, Mark Zamron. Captain Obvious, say hello to your son for me. Mark Zamron, Billy D, Harry and Herbie von Werby Kebab, Notorious and Joe and B. Hendricks, and Sam Suri and Sammy P, and Herbie and Shy. Good morning, Shy. You're not shy at all. Get out of here. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Brock will see you Monday. You guys know how to reach me if you're looking for stuff before it heads to Canada. Get out of here. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Much love. And Michael Patterson, Shanti.